Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for coming out, maybe from your homes in the 2020 and 2021 style we're in. But really happy to have you here for this evening. We have, hopefully you're in the right spot. This is our Bridgeport Aquaculture recruitment event. Normally we would try to have you all in our building. We'd have you touring around and seeing the wonderful things we have here. But unfortunately, because of the times we're in, that does not happen. But again, very happy to share the information that we can through this venue with you. We'll certainly be open to any questions and answers. There is should be a Q&A forum for you that's accessible where you type in your questions and we'll provide some time at the end to answer those. I'll introduce myself. My name is Dave Henry. I'm the director here at Aquaculture. I just started the school year amidst interesting times for everybody, but it's been a great beginning of the school year. I've loved getting to know the aquaculture community, and I've barely done so, frankly, with all that's happened, but really excited to have new people coming in. We've got applicants that have already submitted applications. We're hoping we get some more. We do still have more space. We have a rolling admissions process that Ms. Lelaine, our guidance counselor, who's here with us tonight, will get into a bit more. But just to outline the evening, we again just want to share a little bit about our program through introducing myself again as the director. Ms. Lelaine's going to go next. She's going to share a little introduction of herself as a guidance counselor or school counselor, pardon me, here at Aqua. And then she's going to share some of the program aspects we have to offer. Again, it's a very unique program here. And then I'll get into a little bit more of the actual tour we would give you if you were here. So we've got a way to virtually tour you that I'll share with you. But again, we're excited that you're here, and we'll get started. So without further ado, let me get Miss Lelaine here. So Miss Lelaine and I had the pleasure of working together in our previous roles in a previous building, and we have come here together. So Miss Lelaine is now on. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Henry. So good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well and your families are staying safe. So what I'm going to do is just quickly go over a PowerPoint that's going to go over our unique facilities and courses that we offer and the structure of our program. Okay. Good, Mr. Henry.
I am working through it. Just as a heads up, there have been widespread issues with the Connecticut Education Network and the internet service provided therein. So we're doing our best to smoothly roll this out. Miss Lelaine, I'm trying to share your desktop. It might be connection issues on your end, Miss Lelaine.
It says that it's sharing.
Okay. Again, apologize for technical difficulties.
Would you like me to stop sharing and then reshare?
Yeah, try that.
Okay.
And again, we appreciate your patience as we get through some technical difficulties here. There have been internet troubles that have been, yes, this should work. So I believe you're all now seeing our opening screen. So I guess you can proceed now, Ms. Lelaine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Alrighty, so our program design. So we are open to applicants from Bridgeport, Fairfield, Stratford, Milford, Monroe, Shelton, and Trumbull. So here at Aquaculture, students will have the opportunity to meet and work with students from other districts while still being able to go to their home school and see their teachers and friends. So our program is structured as a half-day program, and we offer science and technology classes that are themed in aquaculture and marine studies. So our day is broken up into two sessions, a morning session and an afternoon session. Our morning session usually starts around 8 o'clock and it ends around, I would say, 9:30-ish, between 9:30 and and 10. And then our PM session, it starts around 12 o'clock and it ends around 1:30ish. So depending on what district your child attends, they'll either come in the morning or the afternoon. And they will take the remainder of the classes on their schedule at their home school. So once again, they're only coming to aquaculture to take their science and technology courses. So we offer project-based learning and advanced science technologies related to the marine environment. And we also offer opportunities for students to earn college credit through our early college experience program, as well as our BACA program that I'll talk about in our upcoming slides. Really offer some unique school facilities and courses here at Aquaculture. We have an aquaculture lab where students can study the culture of aquatic species. We have marine and freshwater recirculating systems where we harvest and grow our own tilapia, koi, barramundi, lobster, and salmon. So students really get to work hands-on with these aquatic species. We also have a microalgae laboratory, and we have a flow cam that does some rapid cell counting and identification. Here are some pictures in our aqua laboratory. As you can see in the picture to the left, those are our recirculating systems. And then in the picture to the right, we have some students who are very excited to feed some of the fish. Students in the summer also have the opportunity to work in our aqua lab. As you know, school is closed, but we do need individuals to tend to the animals living in our lab. So that's a great opportunity for students. Here's another picture of some baby blue lobster that's growing in our aqua lab, and we have many more. In addition to our lab, we have a farm site out on the Long Island Sound, and students can study ecology and biology right on the Long Island Sound. So on our farm site, students demonstrate techniques for growing and harvesting sugar kelp, and we also have certified areas for the production of oysters and clams on our shellfish grounds. Here are some pictures from our sugar kelp harvest. In the picture to the left, we're reeling in some sugar kelp. And then in the picture to the right, we have one of our boat captains. I mentioned that we have a boat captain, which means we have our very own boat. This is very unique to the Bridgeport schools, but our research vessel is the Catherine Moore, and it's a 57-foot vessel with an onboard classroom. So teachers and students use this boat for class activities, including the opportunity to conduct marine biology, chemistry, and ecological experiments, and they learn all about navigation and marine electronic communication techniques. And we also have an exciting announcement. We are in the process of building a new boat that has some more up-to-date technology, and we are planning on launching that boat and as well as announcing the name next school year. So for all incoming 9th graders, they'll have the opportunity to ride our new boat. And what I can say is that students, they ride the Catherine Moore, our boat, I would say at least 3 times each semester. I've been working at Aquaculture since September, and I've seen students go on the boat, I would say at least 4 times. So they have plenty of opportunities to ride on the boat to do some class activities. Here's a picture of our boat, the Catherine Moore research vessel. And here's some pictures of students in our ecology of marine species class. As you can see, they're on the boat. They're researching some fish that they have fished right out of the water. So here's some hands-on learning. Students have so much fun.
And just to note, Ms. Lelaine, these were taken pre-COVID. It's interesting. It's almost funny to see pictures without any masks or what have you. But those were from last school year before we had to mask up. But nonetheless, we have had plenty of students and teachers, today included, going out in the Catherine Moore and studying what the Sound has to offer. So despite COVID, we're still pushing through and using the research tools that we have.
Correct. Thank you. Okay, so for our seniors, a class called Coastal Navigation is available for them, and here they are able to learn how to navigate a boat, and they're also able to take their test to get their boating license. So this is a great opportunity and experience for them. Here's a picture of a student using our navigation simulator. So as you can see, this simulator is a replica of the controls that are on our boat, the Catherine Moore, and here's where students learn how to use those controls to navigate a boat. Here's another picture of our navigation simulator. So for students who are interested in the technical field after graduation, after high school, so that's working in construction, engineering, mechanics, these two classes would be great for them to take. We offer a marine construction course where students learn all about boat building and they use computer controlled machining tables. And we also have a computer assisted drafting laboratory where students study marine design and they can use 3D printers to produce and test different types of design models. Here are some pictures of students within our woodshop class. As you can see in the picture to the left, we have a student who's working on a larger boating project, and our marine construction course actually has different levels. So for students who are interested in, working on the larger boating projects, they can take higher level marine construction courses. In the picture to the right, we have a student who is in our introductory marine construction course, and students in this class work on building a knick-knack shelf that's in the replica of a boat. In racing, so this is an event that many of our faculty and staff look forward to at the end of every school year. Students who have been working on boat building, they've been learning how to navigate boats, they participate in these events, and students and staff really look forward to it. So for students who are interested in the culinary field, we have options for them as well. We have a seafood science lab where students work in a commercial grade food prep facility. They learn all about food chemistry. They are able to get their food safety. They learn about food safety and they're able to get their ServSafe certification. So we fully equip them in the area of properly learning how to handle food. They learn how to fillet and display fish products, and they also gain some customer service and marketing skills. So in addition to our seafood science lab, within that lab, we have a seafood market that's open to the public every Thursday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Students have the opportunity not only to learn within the market, but they're able to earn wages. So we sell the products that we grow in our aquaculture laboratory. And as you can see, we sell some tilapia. So if you are a seafood lover, come on down to aquaculture on Thursdays. Here's another picture of students within our seafood science class learning all about food safety. We offer we have a chemistry laboratory where we utilize some pretty high-tech equipment, and I can say that our equipment is very limited throughout the state. I believe we are one of 3 places within the state that has this equipment, and Mr. Henry, correct me if I'm wrong, it's Aquaculture that has it and 2 other colleges within the state?
Correct. Yale University, I believe Western Connecticut, and that is I believe the level of infrared and ultraviolet and visible spectrophotometer that we have.
Yes, correct. So if you're familiar with the series CSI, students use some of this equipment that is used in that show. And here are some of the pictures of the equipment that's used in our analytical chemistry lab. Some other course options are conceptual physics in the marine environment. So for students who enjoy math and science, there's a combination here, and students learn basic physics concepts, and they learn about how to build different types of robots. So here are some examples, some more hands-on learning that students do. They're building robots, they're testing their robots. And here's a great example of how we're infusing the aquaculture theme within our courses with students building underwater robots and testing them. For For students who are interested in the medical field, so that's becoming a doctor, a nurse, a physician's assistant, a vet, these classes would be very beneficial for them to take. We offer a medical veterinary class where they learn applicable skills, including phlebotomy. They get to learn how to properly draw blood, urine analysis, and disease diagnosis. And we also offer biotechnology, where students can research current topics within biotechnology, and they compete in state science expos. So here are some pictures of students in action in our med vet and biotech classes. And here, as you can see in these pictures, students are learning how to properly draw blood. Our BACA program, as I mentioned in our first slide, is an intensive program for seniors. It's a half-day program that usually starts around 8 o'clock and ends around 11:30. And in this program, students earn college credit for classes such as oceanography, environmental science, and they offer honors credit for a class called survey and analysis, which is similar to a statistics course. Students design and conduct in-depth research projects, and they compete at and often win state science, national science, technology, and engineering fairs. So here at Aquaculture, our staff really equip and prepare our students to be very successful in these fairs. And what I can say is that students have won on every level, the state and national levels. So who does Aqua want? We want students who have a strong aptitude and interest in science and technology. So if they are interested in marine biology, the medical field, chemistry, physics, the technical field, this is a great opportunity for them to learn more about that. And even if that's not something that they're sure they want to pursue in the future, coming to aquaculture will give them so much exposure and very unique experiences that they may not experience at their home school. Excuse me. We want students who benefit and enjoy from a hands-on learning approach. And we want students who enjoy an academically challenging environment. All of our classes here at Aquaculture are a mixture of magnet, honors, and college level courses. The lowest level course that we offer here at Aquaculture is the magnet course. However, that course is normally weighted heavier than any normal level course that's offered at the high school, and they normally boost up your child's GPA. So applications, we are now accepting applications. All of the instructions on how to apply are listed on our website. So if you go directly to our Aquaculture website on our homepage, you'll find the instructions for how to apply. So applicants will be chosen based off of the strength of their application, interest in the program, and when they applied. And even though we don't have a firm application deadline, we generally reach full enrollment by the end of January. So the sooner the application is submitted, the better. As Mr. Henry had mentioned earlier, we have begun to look at applications. Students have been submitting them, and we will begin to announce our decision concerning acceptance starting this Friday, January 15th. And we're having our open house. This is just a video. I believe that we can share this on our website. I'm not sure, Mr. Henry, but this is just a video, a student-made video, if you would like to watch, that students have made sharing why they chose to attend Aquaculture, and they're sharing their experiences with you all in their classes. This is our view from the lookout, the back of our building. As you can see, we overlook the Long Island Sound, and that's where students will be going out onto the boat, the Catherine Moore. Next school year, it'll be a different boat, and they'll be conducting their class activities. This is my contact information. I am at Aquaculture on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's my email. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Lane. I'm going to let that, yeah, actually you can reach out or put it in the chat if you've got any questions. I appreciate all of your presentation. You're getting really good at it, frankly, and learning. I don't know, we learn more and more every day. Myself, Mr. Lane, everyone who comes into this building every day. That's kind of our theme here. So I apologize. Here we are. I do, again, thank you, Ms. Lane, for sharing all of that. I'm going to go into a couple other things here shortly. I did see a question regarding the classes. So our classes in the morning run from 8 a.m. till 9:45. We have some transportation challenges that in a perfect world we'll be working through. During remote learning, we had no transportation challenges, so it was a little bit more uniform, but students do go back to their sending schools, or they come from their sending schools. We have two cohorts. I've been joking that we were doing cohorts before cohorts were a thing with COVID, but those cohorts come one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Our morning cohort consists of Fairfield students, Stratford students, as well as our Central High School students. And then in the afternoon, we welcome our Monroe, Shelton, Milford, and Trumbull students, as well as Bassick and Harding. So that is the breakdown of which schools come when. We do have, thankfully, a nice cooperative relationship with all of our sending schools that allows us to get all the graduation requirements in, share students as we do, and get them the wonderful education that we can provide them. So to that end, let me just try to get this smoothly shared, ideally. And I'm going to actually share what we sent to our parents today. This is some of what was mentioned. We call these our pathways, and so science-heavy pathway, a more medical and veterinary pathway, an aquaculture intensive pathway, and then more of a technical pathway. And these are just general guidelines. There's nothing set in stone with these, but these are ways that students can progress from 9th grade at the very bottom of the graphic through the 12th grade. And again, these are just the courses that they would take here. You can notice the 10th and 11th grade has a lot going on in that bulk, and it's all one color because students can kind of create their own path there. Ms. Lane does a great job of working with them to figure out what's going to work best for them and their interests and their future desires. So we try to create a unique path for each student, but share, again, some of the ones that we've outlined for students to take throughout our program. I'm going to switch here. This is Google Maps, and this is I don't know, better part of southern New England. So just to simply zoom in and let everyone know where we are. This is our wonderful state here of Connecticut. And if we come in here further and further, this academic sign that shows up shortly right here is our Aquaculture Center. So I can zoom in a little further here. We are in Black Rock. It's a wonderful section of Bridgeport that is eclectic and unique, and I enjoy working here and driving through it every day. We're not far from Roger Ludlow Middle School, and the high school that we all know is right there. Central High School is here. Ward is here. We're very we're right in the mix of everything geographically. If I switch to a satellite view, we can kind of zoom in here from, again, further up. We see, again, this is Black Rock Harbor here that comes in, and this is where our school is located. Captain's Cove Seaport, as I just showed here, is right next to us. They're great neighbors, and we, thankfully have some of their services to help our boat, the Captain Moore, and we have this wonderful spot next to the water, next to this marina here that allows us to do wonderful studies within the Long Island Sound. So to be more specific about our actual campus, we did take it upon ourselves to do some virtual recruiting photography, for lack of a better term. And so this is the street that you drive in on. This is our gate that's open. We actually had a nice sunny day when these photographs were taken. So I will not bring you all the way through the building in a virtual sense, but did want to just share a couple highlights. This is the path kids were taking today, thankfully, to come into our building and do some learning, which was wonderful. So this is our entrance. We had an art contest earlier in the year, so we've got a new logo that's in the mix. Those are all our applicants. If we head down this way, and actually I'll back up. Again, I don't want to get people dizzy. I don't know how it goes through on the internet here, but I just want to share a couple highlights. This is the overhead view of our whole facility here. This is our wood shop. Miss Lalaine mentioned the abilities that we have to build both knick-knack shelves that are shaped like boats, as well as ones that you can actually get on in Long Island Sound. This right here is a, turn it this way. So this is actually a good shot. This is a stand-up paddleboard. That's what a stand-up paddleboard looks like in mid-construction. It is now fully covered, painted, coated, and will be in the water probably when the weather warms up. If I turn this around here, again, at the time this was taken, this right here is a 14-foot vessel that was built on property going to the family of a student. It is a pleasure boat that is heading to Cape Cod, which is one of the opportunities of things that you have to do here at Aquaculture. We've got, again, a wonderful facility that is, I don't know, unknown to many in the area, but I'm glad you all are here to find out what we have to offer. If I do, again, back out, I want to show not far from there is our fish hatchery. This is where we have students actively conducting projects as we speak. There are senior research projects going on. The BACA program was mentioned by Ms. Lalaine, and that is one of our wonderful flagship programs here. So a little lag in the internet there, I apologize. We're working it here, but if I walk you down this way, you see tanks on the right here. These all have fresh water from the sound that comes in. We've got an extensive piping system that goes from catch basins out by the marina all the way through here. We have fresh and salt water systems. There are really wonderful opportunities within the building. And this is why we recruit wonderful students, because we need students to come and harness these opportunities to do wonderful things. And as the director, I would love to hear the ideas that some of you may be having now, again, have as you come through here, as you grow and study aquaculture within the walls of our building, of various projects that you want to take on. As Miss Lalaine mentioned, we have well outside of the building, there are shellfish farms. We've got boats that can get you there. We've got research vessels that can allow you to study. We just put through orders for a bunch of new technology to kind of revamp some of the technology we have, water sampling, lots of opportunities for wonderful things. I'm going to get here. I'm going to turn around. So again, pardon me if this gets people dizzy. But this is where our volunteers sign in the summer. Ms. Lalaine mentioned that. And we do have paid opportunities for students in the summertime to be able to come here and take care of and learn really all about the wonderful aspects of this. So this is a good view from here. This is kind of often my view when I enter. And right here in this tank is where we currently have, and I believe if I come over here, we've got a couple sharks. These are this is a timed feeder above, and this is one of the sharks with her head out of the water. She's Maggie, I believe, the more active of the two. But really interesting project that a student's completing now regarding the feeding of these sharks, the specific type of shark. There's small dogfish head sharks, I believe, that are out in Long Island Sound. And so these were captured here humanely, of course, and are being well taken care of and studied to see how they best feed. Be it in pairs or individuals. So, and this is again a project of one of our seniors who has had, I don't know, aquatic marine biology interest his whole life. I was hoping some of you who are here listening to the presentation do as well. We've been going through applications, and there certainly are those in the area that do, which is refreshing to see. And Again, as Ms. Elaine mentioned, the application's online on our website, which is bridgeportedu.net/aqua. And so that is easily accessible there. And let's see, if I back out, the one other piece I did want to go to, I think this will get me there, but this is a view from our boat. Miss Elaine did mention we have a new boat that is being built. We will certainly miss the Catherine Moore, as will many people who have studied upon the Catherine Moore, but this is a great research vessel. It was out on the Sound with teachers, students, and boat captains today, and students were out there learning biology, a bunch of freshmen. So really interesting opportunities here at Aquaculture. It's wonderful that the place has been set up to take advantage of the local resource that we've got in Long Island Sound. Another note I made from before, Miss Lelaine mentioned the Serve Safe certification that's acquirable through our seafood science course. We do a great job of taking some seafood through these nets. We bring it through our program here. We make some wonderful stuffed clams. They're only $1 each, as a plug for Angie's. But and the students that are doing all of the either the collection, the work with the food itself, they're all learning. They're learning great skills that they can carry with them. So to that point that Ms. Lane mentioned, the Serve Safe certification is a proper certification you can bring to an employer that puts you a step above other applicants. We've got students that are going to be sitting for the exam to get that certification this coming Friday. So really excited about that. Certainly wish them luck. But again, anything we can do to prepare students to better themselves for the future is what our mission is here at Aqua. So let's see, one other piece. Let's see if I go back here. Let's see if I can smoothly get here. Yes, there it is. So this is our simulator Miss Lelaine mentioned earlier. We saw some pictures of it in use. And so this is our tower room, if you will. And so if we do go out here, which I think should be clickable, might be lagging, but that is the view from the lookout, as Miss Lelaine put out there earlier. So really great spot. Again, this is where seniors in our coastal navigation and plotting course can come and actually put the theory to test. Thankfully, still theoretical, because some of them need a little bit more help, but we're always there to help. And eventually students have progressed from these simulators to actually manning real boats and going on to proceed in their maritime studies in college and beyond. So that is our goal here, to really cultivate the interest that exists here, being so close to the Sound as we are. And again, we're excited that we've got some of you on the call here today to learn a bit about our program. I'm changing now, or just looking over here now, actually, at the questions. So if you do have any questions and answers, I think we're about at the end of the content that we have. Again, we could go on for a long time here, but would much rather do it in person, frankly. At least that's my preference. And really looking forward to getting students back to normal, if you will. But I, again, really appreciate all of you coming here. I just want to address some of the questions. So let's see, we have the question of, if accepted, will each student fulfill their science requirement for each of their 4 high school years? They absolutely will, and we're in the midst, and as educators we're aware of this, but not many may be, but we're in the midst of high school graduation requirement changes in the state of Connecticut. So currently current students in high schools throughout the state are subject to different high school graduation requirements. So they are becoming more stringent. There are more credits required for students to graduate high schools from the from Connecticut. Let me just let's see, we'll get back here so we stop looking there. But again, just to address some of the questions So those high school graduation requirements are changing, but we do again have a great partnership with our sending schools, and we'll continue to do that, and absolutely do meet graduation requirements per the state of Connecticut, and also do so again with an aquaculture bent to their studies, which has proven successful for students prior. So yes, not to worry there. And again, we work very closely with our sending districts. Ms. Elaine is great with all the guidance counselors, and having worked, I grew up in Fairfield, so my work history is there as well. So the Fairfielders and really all of our sending districts work very well with us. So appreciative for that. Great question about if and how the curriculum and research relates to sustainability and climate change. Absolutely. We have, and this is what I mentioned earlier about ideas regarding that. And really a lot of that comes from students. Our curriculum allows student project choice and voice about what they do. And so that allows students to explore some of these ideas of sustainability. They are covered in some of the curriculum. We have an earth and aquaculture course that is offered to our freshmen, sophomores that certainly covers some aspects of sustainability and climate change. And we do kind of have a continual theme throughout all of our courses of promoting reflection on the climate and the the aquatic environment, as well as the climate at large, and how we interact with it and how we can do so more symbiotically and peacefully. So another question, what are the best aquatic engineering classes available to ninth graders? So ninth graders do, and this is where there are still some high school graduation requirements. So we do have ninth graders take biology. It is aquaculture biology. Again, those are the students that were out on the boat today. But as far as aquatic engineering classes, we have the two best I can think of. Off the top of my head, I would say are conceptual physics and the marine environment, because you get into some of the engineering aspects of actual hands-on, as well as roaming underwater vehicles, an ROV. So that is one option. Then another option is our CAD course. So you can get learning some computer-aided drafting that has, again, an aquatic and marine environment bent. And so we've got students that are doing 3D models of boats that they can put together on a computer and then send to a 3D printer or a milling machine and make right then and there. So that would be, in my eyes, a great start for a ninth grader to begin some thoughts and practices around aquatic engineering. How many people in a class? Great question. There are, at this point in time, very few because of our hybrid schedule, but even regularly, we strive to keep class sizes low. I don't know of any classes greater than 20 at the moment, 24 maybe, but those are with hybrid classes where we know there's not going to be more than half at a time. But it is it's a nice small program, frankly, and we've got some unique classes, especially as students progress into more specialized classes that are really, again, specialized and wonderful opportunities for students to learn in a unique and great way. To that end, I have to just sing the praises of the teachers here. It's been wonderful working with them. They've all collectively been here a lot longer than I have. Again, I'm the new guy, so but I really enjoy being here. I love working with them, and they teach me every day as I try to lead them. So it's been a great relationship thus far, and knock on wood, it continues for quite some time. How is the school funded? Another great question. We are grant funded. There is some wonderful money from the state of Connecticut. Frankly, the state ASTE programs, which are agriculture, science, technology, and education. There are 19 of them throughout the state. They are well funded, and I say that honestly and thankfully, because I've got friends and potential family family in the future that might benefit. And frankly, myself, I've benefited from this program. So it's a wonderful program that is funded through state level means. We also have some other funds that are not just for the ag program, but also some other grant funds. But all that said, we are always open to more funding and can certainly put dollars to good work. Dollars often mean opportunities for children, and that's why we come to work every day. So let's see. That's the. Yes, go ahead.
We had a question. I can't necessarily answer it, but it says, how is your biotechnology program different from that offered in Trumbull?
Gotcha. I couldn't give you a very pointed answer because I'm not too familiar with that's offered in Trumbull. But what I can tell you is that we have Miss Ebmeyer, who is a fantastic educator, an absolute pleasure to work with, and one that when I got this job as director, my classmates reached out and said, if Miss Ebmeyer is still there, please share our love with her. So outside of being a loving, wonderful, caring person, she does a phenomenal job teaching biotechnology to our students. So while I cannot speak to the Trumbull biotechnology program, I have wonderful things to say about ours. She provides opportunities for children to pursue any biotechnology kind of projects that they would like. She covers the basics with the best of them. Students leave knowing all sorts of skills as far as drawing blood, analyzing blood, lots of wonderful skills, frankly, that I'm just learning, and a course that I'd love to take myself. So I'm a physics guy. I enjoyed my studies, but I really, again, have loved being here at Aqua for the first, again, few months. But would welcome any questions, more pointed questions regarding the biotech program. Please send them to Miss Lelaine or myself, and we will get great answers for you from Miss Ebmeyer. So again, I can't speak highly enough about the staff that's here. And they really, truly, and I encourage anyone who's here listening, if you know of anyone else who's gone here, neighbors, family members, cousins, anyone, ask them about their kids' experiences here at Aquaculture. Nothing to do with me, I'm the new guy, but those that have come before me here have had great experiences, and I don't see any reason why they shouldn't continue to do that going forward. Ms. Elaine, did I miss any other questions?
No, we just had one more question come in, and I answered it through the chat. So just to further explain, so students take one class each semester at Aquaculture. So they'll come to Aquaculture. If they come in the morning, they'll take their first class at Aquaculture, then they'll go back to their home school to take the remainder of their classes on their schedule. If they're scheduled to come to Aquaculture in the afternoon, they take classes in the morning at their home school, and then they'll come to Aquaculture around 12 to take their afternoon class. So afternoon students, they're able to return back to their home school to participate in any extracurricular activities, sports or clubs. So they can still do that at their home school.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Lelaine. Any other questions? I don't see any now. Again, I really appreciate everyone who's been in attendance. If you have any other questions that do come up, feel free to share them with myself and or Miss Lelaine. And have a wonderful rest of your evening. And again, thanks for taking the time to share learning about aquaculture.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow, Ms. Lelaine.
See you then.